how you doing? Welcome to Youbbuteo, and we are in Tunbridge Wells. Holden. Me Holden. This is Holden. You've seen him before. We are in Tunbridge Wells, the home of Subbuteo. We're at a Heritage Day in the Forum. We're going to be talking about Subbuteo. Mark Adolph's coming down, the creator's son. He's going to do some talks. We've got a setup in there. This one's going crazy. He's very excited. Holden, what's on your t-shirt? Yeah, buy one. Go on the website, buy one. Little shameless plug. Come inside. Let me flip you around. You'll see exactly what we're doing and where we are. So we're in the Forum. Gianluca and Chris are already having a game. We've got two tables set up. We've got a couple of displays of history, modern Subbuteo, and we've got all the history going around as well. Let's see who comes down. It starts at 11. We've got half an hour, and Holden, he's going to be a pain. He's going to be a real pain for the rest of the day because, you know, kids. Hopefully we'll have people coming down that are involved in the game. We'll see if we get some interviews. We'll have a chat with Mark, of course. And we'll see what happens. I'm loving this venue. This is like some indie rock venue. Sticky floor, beer everywhere, smells. It's exactly how it should be. Okay, that's his favourite YouTuber. And if you're wondering why I've got this tash, I'll let someone explain. Hang on. Holden, come here. Explain why I've got a bit of a tash today.
Because he can't say the video properly and he's not...
That's not the reason. He's mucking about. I'm going to kill him. I'm going to be a headlock. I'm going to kill him. He did. He dared me. Is what he's trying to say. Now he's been beaten up and told to everything. He dared me to have a tash for a week, right? So we got a tash. But anyway, forget the tash. Let's see what happens today. Let's see what Subbuteo we get going on. We'll have some chats with some people. Let's have a good day. Let's see what happens. Used to work for Subbuteo. She's kindly said we can do a little interview and have a bit of a chat. Let's go have a chat with Brenda. Let's go. Right. Brenda,
yes.
You used to work at Subbuteo.
I did.
When?
In the 1970s, 80s.
Wow. You told me earlier that you got offered the job there.
I did.
Tell me the story.
Yes, I did. I never asked for the job. I got offered it. And I went to work there. And they were a very good firm to work for. And what we did was, in the afternoon, we used to put the games together.
So putting the teams in the boxes with the balls and the nets.
And the nets, yes.
And the nets were hard then, right?
They were.
So everyone nowadays moans about the new sets.
Well, you do one, and then the other one would come off the other
so
end.
everyone moans nowadays that the nets are really hard to get on. You had the same problem as we did.
And then in the morning, we would shrink wrap the games.
And then off they'd go.
And then they would be picked up and they would go off to wherever they got to go.
All around the country.
Yeah.
And then end up in my loft
In your
40, 50 years later in my collection. Best memory working for Subbuteo.
Oh, well, they were nice to work for.
Yep.
And every Christmas, this is I've never had before,
Yeah.
a coach would come from Langton Green, pick us up, take us back, and we'd have a big Christmas
Excellent.
party in Langton
In
Green.
the real home of Subbuteo in Langton Green.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it was very nice work, nice people to work with, and as I said,
I can imagine it being really fun.
I was there only 6 months, and I was called into the office, and I was asked.
What did you do?
I hadn't done anything. Well, I thought I had. I hadn't done anything, but actually, they made me charge hand.
Which is, in my language, modern language, charge hand. I have no idea what that means.
An under supervisor.
Ah, so they put you in charge.
Yes.
Ah, so we're speaking to a boss of Subbuteo. What's made you come down here today?
Well, I heard about it. Somebody mentioned it, and I thought I've got to go there because I love working there. And my friend Liz offered to bring me in, so we're going out to lunch to celebrate.
Oh, nice. Where are we going? I'm coming. I want to come. Where are we going? I'm not really, I'm joking.
No, it's near the Sainsbury's.
You've been a real celebrity. I mean, this has been open for what, half an hour, and all I've seen is people wanting to talk to you. You've been a real celebrity.
You know, I have had a lot of people talking to me. It's nice. I haven't seen anybody yet that I know.
I reckon they'll be here. Thank you so much for talking to me. I really appreciate it. Have a lovely day.
Thank you very much.
You're a star. Thank you. Oh. Hey bud, you alright?
How you doing?
Good to meet you, pal.
Thank
you very much.
I made your Youbbuteo record.
Ah, you're Sir John.
Yeah,
Sir Robert Peel. That's the one. This is Sir John.
How you doing, right?
He's Sir John, you're Sir Robert Peel.
Yeah.
So this is the guy I'm filming right now. So you're now famous on famous. If you've watched on my channel, I had a song made about me. It was this guy. Well, it wasn't about me, I was sampling it. This is Sir Robert Orange Peel.
That's the one.
The one and only. What made you come down here today?
Well, I live in East Crampton, so...
I have no idea where that is.
It's
It took me an hour to get here from Essex. Yeah, I couldn't believe the traffic. I've done really well. How you doing though? You alright? It's nice to meet you properly, man. Really nice to meet you. I can't believe how busy it is. I thought we'd get one person trickle through every now and again, and yeah, it's done really bloody well. Really well. This is the best bit, kids playing it. Seeing kids playing it, it's brilliant. While my one's sitting out there playing on a Switch. You know what I mean? Oh, I'm gonna score, get rid of me, keeper. Ready? Get the camera. Get the camera ready. You ready? If I score, we put it in goal of the month. Ready? Ah, missed. Goal kick. Go. You still hit the keeper, I wasn't even doing it. Right, have a penalty. Penalty. That wasn't really flicking. You better flick it with your finger. You better go like that, remember? How are you doing, alright? Let's have a look at the balls and see what the balls say. Let's go look at the balls and see what the balls say. Look at his t-shirt. Hold, show me your t-shirt. Yeah. Where can you buy one?
Amazon.
SubbuteoCollectors.com. Yeah.
That's shop.
I've just found someone whose mum used to paint for Subbuteo. Let's have a real quick chat and then hopefully we can speak to her mum. Caroline, we're going to speak to Caroline. Caroline, tell me, your mum used to paint these. You were telling me about how many she used to get sent.
Well, we didn't know what happened was, so at the beginning of the week, she'd get a box sent to our cottage, because we didn't have a car or anything, and it was whatever team it was in there, and she'd have only 1 week to paint whatever was in that box, and then we were picked up at the end of the week, and then she was paid.
Did she get told what team to paint?
They would have sent the paints to her, and they would have said which ones they, yeah, exactly. So each box might have been a different team. You'd have to ask her, she's here.
Do you know how much she earned?
It wasn't a lot, and I think that was right about £2-3 a week.
Because you was just saying to me over there that how it made you emotional.
Today, yeah, this is great. Forgive me. I was probably about 4 or 5 at the time, and to see my mother, who's early 20s, 4 kids, married. My dad worked full time, so we weren't a household that didn't have anything, coming in. Dad worked full time. Mum worked in the day as well.
Wow.
And she had 4 kids under the age of 5 at one point. And when we went to bed, she had a little card table in the corner of our cottage with a little lamp. We were never allowed to touch it. Whatever was on that table,
was like, don't touch this.
There was her box. There was a box of her figurines that she had to paint. Another box of figurines that she had painted, and the paints and the brushes. And every night my mum would sit there and paint those. And I just like to say, it wasn't because she wanted to, it wasn't because it was a hobby, it's because, believe it or not, it was to make sure we had some extra income.
Was this in the 70s?
This was 72, 73,
this
that
is
era.
Where I never go political on this channel. It almost feels like we're going full circle.
Do you know, I actually think that's partly why it's made me emotional today.
Because it's very similar.
Exactly.
Right.
I looked at the figurines, and one of the shops, I think also what's made me is actually appreciate. I forgot how small they are.
Yeah, they're
I forgot.
tiny.
I've got one in my hand now. I put it next to a £2 coin,
Yeah,
same size.
and it's more
My
smaller.
mum and most of the outworkers we know were mothers.
Yeah.
They were mothers that did this, and they weren't doing it as a hobby. They weren't doing it because they necessarily wanted to. They were doing it for extra money. These women sat there
Painting.
and tiny figurines just so they could get extra pennies for their family. And I agree, there is something about
Beautiful
today.
thing about it is that we're still playing with them same little figures.
Yeah.
They're
So
still
what I
on
say-
the table over there. They're still being used. They've
Yeah.
not just been thrown.
No,
There's a
I think
memory
there
there.
is a love of them, and obviously being Tunbridge Wells, there's an extra love because it's
Course,
local.
course.
I'm a local girl, I'm third generation, my mum, so there is that love and respect that way. But what I felt coming in here, it's wonderful, fantastic.
Yeah.
It's put on, well done to the forum, well done to the organisers putting this on.
Yeah.
Can I first say that? It's brilliant.
yeah,
But
done
what I
really
have
well.
seen walking around is this was only possible because of the mothers that
Yeah,
sat
you're
there
right.
and did it. Can I say?
You're right.
So, and there isn't, personally, I don't think there's enough representation here to actually those women.
Well, that's
those
what we've got a hold
They
over
have a
there.
board
They're
there,
trying
that's
to get it on.
Yeah, which is brilliant.
We need a
and
club.
we put theirs there. But just going forward, for anything in the future,
Yeah.
I just think there needs to be a little bit more recognition for those mothers.
I'll
that
tell you
did
what,
that.
let's go find your mum and talk to her and give her
Oh,
the
brilliant.
recognition now. Let's do it. Let's go find her.
Brilliant.
Dawn,
So I didn't catch you.
I've heard some amazing stories about you. And your daughter is honestly, she's said some beautiful things about you. But you painted Subbuteo, which to us is huge, because one thing I always get asked, I run a YouTube channel about Subbuteo. People always say, about the people that painted Subbuteo, we can never find people to tell the stories. You did it.
Yeah, I did.
Do you remember what teams you painted?
If you looked in there, could you remember some of them?
In here, so in this book,
No, because I had so many different teams.
so in this book, for example, sorry to spring this on you as well, with a camera, I know, I'm sorry. In here is loads of different, is all the teams that you possibly would have painted.
Yeah.
Can you
I
can you
can't
remember
remember
those?
what, because I was never football fanatic.
Right, but I think
So
I
that says it all as well.
I just painted what I was given, because we used to have one and we had to copy that
Yeah.
particular one. And
So how did it work? So you got just a load of teams sent to you, or did they tell you what? How did it work?
we had them all sent to us. We had one that was already done.
Yeah.
And we had to copy that one
Right.
so that we knew exactly to go on
Okay.
that. And there were so many different teams.
I look through this, and I look at some of these in here,
Yeah.
and some of them look so hard. I mean, like-
they were hard.
Like this Dundee one here.
Yeah, they
It
were
looks so
hard.
complicated, and I bet you'd be happy when you got, is it reference, there's one called reference 22,
Yeah.
which is just
Right.
white. I bet when you got that, you was like, thank God.
Yeah, yeah. What we had a very thin brush.
Did they give you the brushes as well?
No,
You
no.
had to use your own brushes as
Yeah.
well, wow.
Did you? Did you have to purchase your own brushes?
Do you know, I can't remember. I don't think it was brush. They might have been with the paint. Sorry, yes, they were.
I know they sent the
were
paint, I've
with
always
the
heard that.
Paint with the brushes, but they were so
Tiny, I
thin.
can imagine. Well, I've tried
Yes.
painting and it's not
Yeah.
easy. So
No,
to
no.
churn out the amount of figures that you
Yeah.
turned out must have been a slog.
Yeah.
It really must have
But
been.
when we saw that, I couldn't even remember them being that tiny.
Do you remember them being bigger in your mind?
Yeah,
Wow.
slightly bigger, you know.
Do you reckon you could still do it?
No. No, my hands won't allow it.
Oh, bless you. If you don't mind me asking, do you remember how much you got paid?
It wasn't a lot, I know. No, I can't.
Because I've heard
remember
stories
if
of
we
being
got-
paid per figure, per team, and all sorts.
No, I think I got paid £10. I think it was £10 once I'd done the
Certain amount.
that they gave us. That we
Stories
had to
I've
do.
heard is it was a lot.
Oh,
You had to paint a lot
yes,
of them.
we had to paint.
Yeah,
a
not a lot of
lot.
money. No, you had to
Yes, we
paint
had
a
to
lot.
paint- Yes, we did.
Relevant to the amount you painted to money, it wasn't a lot of money for the thousands. As you
No.
said,
Yeah.
you painted
No,
thousands.
yeah,
Your words
yeah.
were, I painted thousands.
Yeah, yeah.
How long every day would you spend painting?
How long did I do it for? It was in the evening. It was in the evening, and
I did it for a long time.
I did it for a couple of years until we moved.
Probably was
It was a couple of years until we moved out of Matfield, and then I stopped.
It's
Yeah.
amazing, honestly, it's so good. For me, someone who collects this stuff, I mean, I spend all my spare money on Subbuteo, and I'm probably buying figures. I've probably got figures in my collection that you might have painted.
I think I
To meet someone who's painted them is amazing.
I think I started, Martin was born 74. I think I started around about 75 until we moved in 78.
It's a bit later than I thought.
Yeah, no, it was after Martin was born that I started doing it. So he was born 74. About 75, and we moved out 78.
How did you get into it? How did you find it? How did you suddenly think one day,
It's in the paper shop.
really, what, in the window?
our paper shop.
Wow, just saying painters wanted.
Yeah, no, I just found it up.
It's crazy, isn't it? And then 40 odd years later, or 50 odd years later, yeah, Jesus. 50 odd years later, we're still flicking them around, playing with them.
Yeah.
But we
Moaning at people that have painted over them. So there's people, I was talking to, who was it? Alan, who helped organise it. I was talking to him earlier, he showed me a team, he was like, I painted Aston Villa over this. This team was worth a fortune if I hadn't have done that. And we're ruining the artwork that you did.
But you know what? we never had a set.
You never had a set?
No.
I think we need to get you a set. I think we need to find a set.
Never had a set, couldn't afford a set.
That's true.
Never got a set either.
Because we couldn't afford it.
Wow. You need to get a set. I'm going to speak to Subbuteo. The people that own Subbuteo now. No promises. I'm going to see if they can get you a set.
That's me going back to what I'm saying about the mothers. The mothers are painting them, and my mother painted them with 4 young kids. But our family couldn't actually afford to buy the set.
It's bonkers, isn't it? Are you dad?
No.
Oh, you're not dad?
No,
Okay.
no.
Yeah, so that's that. Yeah. So
Wow.
just think about that point as well.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
The history in this
Yeah,
one game.
yeah,
You just won't get that now.
Well, it was mainly for
Mum.
Oh, I'm sorry. So at this point, I stopped filming because Dawn got quite emotional about the amount of money she brought in painting Subbuteo and the reasons why she did it. And I tell you, Dawn is a fantastic woman, and I'm sure, like many a women painting Subbuteo, she did it for fantastic reasons to help provide for her family at a time when it was quite hard. It's amazing on the amount of teams that these women painted and put out just to help provide for their families. Dawn, you're an absolute legend, and every other painter that painted Subbuteo as well. You're a heroes. Gianluca's just come to get me. He's got something to show me. Something to do with Mark, the son of Peter, who created Subbuteo. Let's find out what it is. I'm excited. I don't know what it is. What?
That's the original.
Mark, explain what it is. That's the very first.
Well, it's the original. It's a Woolworths button.
Is that the prototype?
No, it's just a Woolworths button.
That is what your dad.
Yeah, my grandmother had. That was you could actually see it. That was it was a button that my grandmother had.
So if this thing here didn't exist, none of this would exist.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean that's more for the OO scale figures rather than the.
Yeah, of course.
the flats,
Have you ever
but-
flicked it?
Huh?
Have you ever flicked it on a table?
No. Well,
Would ya? Oh God, no! No! Okay, you got it.
it's actually quite good.
You should flick it on the proper table. That's amazing, though. The original reference 00000.
Yeah, so you can see it's a button because it's got all the.
It's got the rivets in it.
Yeah, it's got the if you can see the little hole in there.
Yeah.
So just sort of,
You've got a lot of treasure there by the looks of it, Mark.
Well, it's only a few little bits.
What you got? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. It's just a pleasure to talk to you.
Oh,
it
thank
really
you.
is. After we've messaged before.
Oh, of course we have. Yeah, that's the original photo, which I think appeared on some.
You showed this one for the ESA, didn't you, on the Subbuteo Festival?
Yeah.
Right.
So that was at the Schoolboys Exhibition 1947. That's Dad there. I think these are sort of professional players of the time.
Of the time.
I think he was the goal at Man United at the time.
So this will be what? Late 40s,
Late
early 50s?
1947.
47. Oh, well, first year.
First year, yeah. That was Julie. That's my godmother, who was the husband of Sammy, Jeffrey Sampson. You know, the sales director.
Nope. Means nothing.
No, that's fine.
I'm sure it will now.
No, that's fine. That's fine. He was a good friend of my dad's, sort of egg collecting, walking.
Oh, okay, yeah. The ornithology.
The ornithology.
Doesn't make sense. I have the biggest phobia of birds.
Oh, have you?
I am really. I'm ornithophobic. It's what they call it. I'm
Is
scared
it?
to death of them.
My son is.
Petrified of them. They walk in my shop sometimes. And I leg it. I'll be serving someone. I leg it out the back.
The pigeons.
I hate them. Honestly, scared. If one come in here now, I'd leg it.
Would you?
Petrified of them.
Yeah,
me and your dad wouldn't have got on.
No. I'm like that with rats and mice.
Yeah, that's what pigeons are in my eyes.
Yeah, similar one to that. There's Dad
That's
there.
your dad there, isn't it?
Yeah. These are the actual original photos.
How do you reckon? I'm going to film your answer to this. How do you reckon your dad would see Subbuteo now? Would it be amazed that it had carried on? Would it be disappointed that it had sort of fallen off a little
I
bit?
think he'd be totally, as I always use that word, gobsmacked. You know.
That we're still playing it?
Yeah, I think so. You know, he was always quite sort of modest about it, really. You know,
So casual.
You know.
Look at what it's become.
Yeah. I just wish when I was younger, I'd sort of, you know, kids don't take in, do they?
It's true. It's just what you knew.
I played like everybody else did.
Yeah.
You know, at home, and I just wish, you know, if I could look back then.
Yeah. But you know what we said when you sent that video over for Subbuteo Fest? You had a table behind you.
Yeah.
And when we watched the video, we was like, we need to go around Mark's house and play on that table.
Come round sometimes.
We'll hold you to that. We will.
Do.
Right.
Please do.
I'm off the phone, everyone. Everyone round Mark's.
Please do. Come round.
Honestly, we'd love to. If you're serious, we'd love to do that.
Just, you know, you're not far away. I can't transport it, but you have to come.
Honestly, because we just thought, we saw it was up at that table's got some history. Is that your original table?
Yeah, well, my dad and I used to play on, and Dad had it. It's not even as good as these, but it's...
No, but that's a proper table.
It's all faded.
That's a proper table, isn't it?
Yeah, a few years ago I had wooden surround like that, but I thought for some reason I painted it, but you know, put stickers for adverts and ads and stuff, but it's all faded.
We'll hold you to that. We're going to come round, especially if your dad played on it as well.
Yeah, we both
what a
played
story that'd be.
It was the actual one that was set up in our room at the home, you know, in Langton.
Wow.
And he never let you win.
No, of course he didn't.
Was he any good?
Yeah.
Was your dad any good?
Of course he was.
This is the thing, isn't it? Like, because you hear people invent stuff and then they're no good at it. Like,
Of course he was.
Yeah?
He must have played around and not at first, mustn't he?
He was very serious, you know.
Did he take it serious when he played as well?
With me, he did, yeah.
Can't let your son be.
Can't let your kids win, can you?
And I bet he always used to beat me, you know, all the time.
Yeah.
And then as I got older, I got better, you know. And I remember, I think I put it in the book actually. I actually beat him 2-1 once, and
That was it, you retired.
It was great for me, you know. But he didn't like it, you know.
Play you again 1-5-0, did he?
Tried hard. He always tried hard, you know. It was never sort of, he'll whinge, you know. But
Fantastic.
you know, but you know, and he used to sort of bend the rules a bit sometimes with me.
Well, he made the rules.
Yeah, but
There is rules.
As
You couldn't, you know what I mean? You couldn't exactly say to him. Mark, we'll catch up again.
Yeah, sure.
Right,
Yes,
it's really good
yeah,
to talk
yeah,
to you. Thank you so much. So Keith, I've just found out that you designed the green and red, not green and red, green and tan Subbuteo Stadium. And now they're going to start talking in now. No, give us a minute. How did you come about designing that and making it?
Well, the company that I work for was called Medway Tool Company.
I've heard of it.
And-
Subbuteo purchased it.
Yeah, that's right. Sorry, do you want to listen?
Should we do this in a minute?
Yeah.
We'll catch up. They've interrupted us.
Hello everyone. Thank you so much, first of all, for everybody turning up today. It's amazing to see everybody and to know that Subbuteo is still thriving and it's still very much very popular. I personally don't do social media. So I gather it's still quite popular. So thank you all so much for coming, and also for Jenny and her team for organising such a great time. Thank you very much, and give Jenny a clap. Thank you. As you probably all know, it's the 75th year since
Tunbridge Wells, September 2024, it's coming home. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Luca. I have to say, there's lots of fact. Every day's a school day. I didn't know half of that, so thank you very much, Luca. Thank you.
Clap for me. Right, now we're going to catch back up with Keith now, who invented that green and tan stadium. He's busy talking to someone, but she might be going. It's got to create a Subbuteo stadium. Subbuteo stadium. What do I look like, man? What do I look like? So Keith, we come back outside.
Right.
You created the green and tan Subbuteo stand.
Yes.
You're responsible for lots of people living in their loft nowadays, because we don't do train sets, we do Subbuteo stadiums. Yeah. Tell me about it. Just very briefly, tell me what you did to create that stadium.
Well, originally, somebody like George Eric, I can't remember exactly who came up with the sketch, and so we wanted a grandstand that looks a bit like this. Right. And they weren't very good at drawing, so I had to interpret.
Okay, yeah.
And then create a drawing, give it to them and say, is this the sort of thing you're looking for? If they say yes, then I'll go ahead, produce an engineering drawing for that, and then design a plastics injection mould to produce it.
So do you know what stand it was based on? Is it based on any
No,
particular
it's a
stand?
fictitious stand.
So many people say, oh, it looks like this, and it looks like that, and it looks like this. So it is just completely fictitious?
Completely fictitious. Just from what I've seen on the TV or whatever, I've seen the stands and thought, oh yeah, tunnel there, you know.
You are the creator of one of the most iconic Subbuteo pieces out there. They all talk about, I can't remember his name, Charles Radden, I probably said that wrong, the guy that created the figure, people that created the cups. That stand is so iconic, and for me, yeah, honestly, it's a pleasure to meet you. I got into Subbuteo just because I wanted to build the stadium as a kid. Not that stadium, the red and blue stadium I wanted. Right. But I wouldn't have done that without the original stadium being made, and that's down to you. Yeah. Honestly, when a lot of people find out that, you're a big legend in Subbuteo, I tell you, and it is an absolute pleasure to meet you.
Well, it's nice to have some sort of some memorable things that have happened that you don't realise are memorable at the time they happen.
Yeah, this is true. You just did a job. You just did your job.
I came along today. I thought I'll just pop in for half an hour and just on the off chance I might bump into somebody I know. Although now that I'm 81 years old, it's
Have you
unlikely.
bumped into anyone?
I have.
Excellent. Who?
I bumped into my ex-boss's daughter and son-in-law. And several people that I never expected
You've
to
done
run
very
into.
well with this event. I wouldn't expect it to be this busy, and it's been brilliant.
Yeah.
Keith, thank you so much for talking to me. I really appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Holden.
Yeah?
Are you enjoying the Subbuteo days? You've asked me so many times to come to Subbuteo.
Yeah.
And I finally let you and dragged you along. Are you having fun?
Yeah.
Yeah? Why are you having fun?
Because I get to like sit around and also I get to like play.
Tell the truth. Are you a bit bored?
No.
Oh, you're a liar. Oh, okay. I appreciate it. And you played on your Switch a bit.
Yeah.
And we had a game of Subbuteo earlier, which I filmed.
Yes, that was really good.
And when the World Cup comes to England in 2 years, you're going to be playing?
Yeah.
It will train you up and you're going to win?
Yeah.
Yeah, World Cup 2024, baby. We always say Subbuteo's for everyone, right? Check out these two girls playing right now. Best thing is, when I saw you two playing like 10 minutes ago, right, you were just flicking it, whizzing it about. Now, you're like, right, hang on, I'm in here.
We have not been timing how long this game is. So I'm not messing with anyone.
Has anyone scored?
No.
Next goal wins.
We're just waiting. Yeah.
Next goal wins.
First goal wins. Okay. What are you doing? What's the game plan now? I don't really know. I don't really get your head now. What's the game plan to do that?
What's that out there? Isn't it? Yeah, flick in. That's what Mark tries at our club. I love it, honestly. A minute ago, you two were so like pissing about, and now you're just like serious as anything, really thinking about it. It's hilarious. What made you two come to this?
Oh, well, we just walked past saw that it was open and we liked the forum.
Did you know what Subbuteo was before this? Perfect. And that is how Subbuteo grows. So I've decided, these two girls, we need more girls in Subbuteo. I told this to you. I said we need a club in Tunbridge Wells. So you two are now, this game is the founding Tunbridge Wells Subbuteo club. And it's girls that set it up. So I'm putting it on the ESA website. That's it, it's done. You're the best two players in Tunbridge Wells. Exactly. You know what I mean? You're leading the cup. Girls, keep enjoying it. Mark Adolph's playing Subbuteo. Mark Adolph's playing Subbuteo. And he's got a really bad illegal flicking technique. His rules, his game. You walked away, Mark, then like you knew you should have scored.
It was in the back of the net. Was that corner? I don't know.
Let's go on it. What are they doing? Goal kicking. You can't argue with Mark about the rules either. It's his game. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Did you miss it? No pressure on me, old mate. Oh, good save. Sure ball. Get away. Oh, no one can hit it. Wow. I hate blocking like that. I hate being that blocker. I always feel so guilty. Why? Oh, it seems unsportsmanlike, doesn't it? Alright, so we're home from Tunbridge Wells, we've let the dust settle. In fact, it's been a couple of days as well. And I've had to think about it today, and I thought, I've had to think about it, and no matter how I think about it, wow, what a day. I'll be brutally honest, right? 11:15, there was no one there. 11 o'clock, bang, place was rammed. What an unbelievable response from everyone in Tunbridge Wells. There were people come down from the internet that had seen Alan posting on Subbuteo Passion and his bits. There were people who just turned up to walk through the door. But the fact that there was people there who were Subbuteo, Dawn, lovely lady, Keith who designed that stand, Mark Adolph turning up, and then the copious amounts of people who come through going, I used to play Subbuteo, I used to play Subbuteo, I used to play Subbuteo. Over 300 people walked through the door that day. It was absolutely amazing. If I'm honest, there's one thing I draw back on. We didn't have enough 80s stuff and 90s stuff for those people, because there was a lot of people come through that were my age as well who used to speak about playing it in the 80s and the 90s. Alan set up with all the old 60s, 70s stuff. I set up with the modern stuff to show where the game's become. We just overlooked that. But if that's the only bad thing about the day, tell you what, there was nothing bad about the day. Absolutely fantastic. The guys at Tunbridge Wells Forum, what a cool venue. Proper bit of meat, that venue. Sticky floor, smelt like beer when we walked in, that was awesome. And the guys from Tunbridge Wells Heritage, I think that's what they're called. I should have really done some research on it. Wow, an absolute credit to them. I'll be getting in touch with them because I've had a few people talk to me about a few different bits they want to do. And I think it's fair to say, we need a Subbuteo club in Tunbridge Wells. Subbuteo come from Tunbridge Wells and we have no Subbuteo club there. So I'm going to be talking to the ESA guys about seeing if we can make that happen. Especially with the World Cup coming in 2024 there as well. The buzz around the place was amazing. It was so cool. What a day. And I tell you what, I've just realised I forgot Gianluca's amazing speech. Honestly, Gianluca come down along with me representing the ESA and he done his fantastic History Subbuteo speech. It was absolutely fantastic. Gianluca, the best dressed man in Subbuteo, who really is playing Subbuteo in a tie. In a tie! Full suit. Absolute legend. One final highlight from the day. I know a lot of us were doing it. We all know Mark Adolph wrote a book. Got my book signed. Yeah. Well happy with that. And he drew a little stick man Subbuteo figure at the bottom as well. Yeah, I've ruined the camera doing that. Yeah, look at that. Love it. That's going straight in the collection. I really should read it if I'm honest, because that hasn't happened. I felt a bit bad telling them it. Being able to play with Subbuteo was cool as well. But you're just hearing me rambling on now. What a day. This leads up to so much going on. World Cup, Tunbridge Wells 2024. That's going to happen. On the back of this, we know it's going to be absolutely huge. 300 people through the door in one day just to talk about Subbuteo and have a look at it. Absolutely pucker. Well done, Alan, Subbuteo Passion. Well done, Tunbridge Wells Heritage. Well done, Gianluca. Well done everyone else involved. I'm sorry if I've missed anyone. I'm gonna go sort myself out because I've still got to edit the Subbuteo Fest video from like 2 months ago, and I've got one of my classic unboxings because we need to get back into that. So I'm off. I'll see you all very soon. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the new videos that are coming up, because you ain't gonna want to miss them. They're good ones. And until I see you again, keep on flicking.